Live from Brooklyn, New York, this is Stay Busy with Armon Sadler.
Well, you know that I'm the guy. I'm out here living life. I'm busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Making moves and catching flights. So please don't waste my time. I'm busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Stay busy, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Stay Busy with Armon Sadler, brought to you by the Revolt Podcast Network. And this is the podcast where we have responsible discussions on the entertainment business and the entertainment culture. I'm your host, head honcho, vegan chorizo poppy, founder of Bald Nigga Ballers, the Bald Nigga Bombshell, Chinedu, and one of two men to sit in front of Taylor Rooks and not tell a lie, Armon Sadler. I'm here with my guy to my far left, Mr. Apple Music, Mr. Are You Sure, Mr. It Gets Biblical, Mr. Where There's a Will, There's a Way, everybody's favorite transplant, his shiny teeth in him, Drip Skylark, our weatherman, Will Foster. What's happening outside? What's up with you?
Man, it's nice, June 1st.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man.
We here.
Finals coming. It's a great time.
It's a great
time
month.
in New York. Great time.
It's my birthday month, so, you know,
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
good, feeling
Yeah.
good. Turning 31 this month,
good.
you know. Getting, I be calling myself Unk, but I'm not really Unk yet, but I'm definitely progressing more into Unkness. But you all need to progress towards our social media and follow us at Stay Busy Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe, leave a like, comment, share, rate, all the various things you could do on those various platforms because it means a lot to what we are doing. And if you would like some bonus, early, raw, unfiltered, unhinged content, hit the Patreon, patreon.com/StayBusyPod for the podcast OnlyFans. Today, we're joined on a historic week, days before the NBA Finals, and we had to bring in the guy, the voice behind Bacher Breakdowns. I am honored to call this man my brother in multiple ways. Just one, my brother in life, my brother in Haitianness, my brother of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Damn. What hasn't he done? MSG Networks, Bleacher Report, content creator extraordinaire, Power After Hours, father of the year, husband of the year. Very good with his words, very eloquent, clever. Always has us laughing in the Discord. Very analytical, insightful. I just love this guy very much. If it's not obvious, Jeff Johnson is in the building. What's up, brother? How you feeling?
My man. Thank you so much. Yo, Venmo's in the internet for you. It's not in the mail. It's in the internet. That was awesome, bro. I gotta hire him.
He's one of the best.
Yo, look,
bro, I'm
no
trying to
more
tell
LinkedIn. It's Armon. Dude,
Yeah.
That's my intro. Before no
like-
cover letter, no nothing. Just Armon.
Bro, sell his voice to AI, man. Come on.
man.
And just have like, you could just,
I'm with it.
you're the best intros I've ever seen in my life.
Thank
like,
you, man. It's
love
an honor.
it.
Jeff, great to have you, man. How are you?
Yo, I'm chilling, man. I'm feeling energetic, man. The city is a little different when the Knicks
This is
are
different.
good, and
Yeah.
when the Knicks are in the finals, this is a different type of energy. You know,
Yeah.
you see, that's the reason why my hair is out right now. Just like Goku, you know, when Goku goes Super Saiyan, the hair grows a little bit longer. That's how I feel when the Knicks are in the finals, and the aura is just engulfing me right now.
Yeah. We were talking last week about like the energy because like last year when I made the Eastern Conference Finals push, the city was on fire. But this year I felt as y'all kept, progressing from round to round, there was the expectation to go further. So the city was lit, but it was like, job's not finished yet. Now the job is still not finished, but you've gotten to where y'all have wanted to get for years. So really exciting. We see the blue and orange paint on the subways. Zoran Mamdani saying you got to push kids' bedtimes back. He did a whole
We
bill.
abolishing bedtime for 2 weeks. Abolishing bedtime.
That's tough.
It's a great
That's
time.
tough.
It's like I'm not even a Knicks fan, but like you can't help but be a little happy for your friends who have been, watching who? Oh my God, so many names of guys that they had to believe in. Ronaldo Balkman and
Lou Amundsen, Marty Collins. We could play that game all day, bro.
Yeah. So it's great energy. So we're gonna get into that first, but first. We got a little icebreaker for you.
Yes, sir.
Segment is called, and this is so creative of me, JeffJSays. We're going to get right into it.
love it.
Bro, you pull up to the local deli, corner store, bodega, I don't know what you call it. What is your go-to order?
Ooh. What type of what is it? Oh, you used all the types of delis, but it really depends on what type of deli we going to.
Okay. So
Low-key.
deli, corner store, and bodega are not synonymous.
It depends on who's on the back of the counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a bodega, it's poppy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Deli can be ock,
This
we
is
just call
crazy.
Ak,
This is
like,
amazing. This is amazing.
It could be Ak, it could be my Southeast Asian brothers,
Right.
it could
Facts.
be whoever, bro. I've been in this city my entire life. I don't ever think I've seen a black person behind the deli
No,
counter.
never. Literally never.
Cornered the market, bro. Like
Yeah.
that. If you see a black person at a deli, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Don't trust it. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to any of my brothers and sisters who are pioneers in the space. We need more. We need more.
Yeah.
Like you shoulder the burden of the whole race being owed at a deli and rock it out. But if I am going to the deli, bro, it depends on the time of day.
Okay, so let's say it's like
Lunchtime.
perfect.
Yo, I might do a chicken cheesesteak.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, some sweet peppers, banana peppers.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some provolone cheese.
Provolone,
You know what I mean? A little bit of mustard,
Okay.
some tomatoes. So you gotta get the veggies and all that in there. I'll probably do that.
Most importantly, you can't forget the bev. So what's the bev?
I'm either doing water or some type of iced tea.
Okay.
Yeah, like my system can't reject the sugar the way it used to back when I was like young in my teenagers. I used to have the resistance,
Yeah.
but now it's like I drink one of those. Like, give me an Arizona iced tea right now. I'm gonna be doing parkour off the walls and whatnot. But yeah, like keep it very light. You know what I mean? I want to keep the main thing, and the meal is what it is. I might get a water. I might get an iced tea. Like, there's good iced teas now. That's good now. We have way more healthier options than we did as a kid. They might not hit in the way they did when I was a kid, but they're good for you.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because I've been drinking Arizona iced teas recently for some reason. I don't know why, but I was doing parkour too.
I'm telling you.
And it was like, yo,
Yeah.
this is, yeah, okay.
It's like 100%. There's
Yeah.
wild asterisks next to it. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. Who's your most underrated Knick of all time?
ooh, that's a good one. You know what? Pablo Prigioni.
Wow, that's a good one.
I'm gonna give you a pull because
That's a good
he was
one.
doing Grand Theft Alvarado before Grand Theft Alvarado.
This is facts.
He was
That's
doing
very true.
the sneaky steals.
That's very true.
He was older. He was like a rookie, but he was like 33 years
Yeah.
old. You know what I'm saying? It was like it's almost like the positive version of the super duper duper senior because he was playing professionally
Yeah.
overseas, then
Yeah.
came to the NBA, so he had all that knowledge. He's still a coach now. I'm dumbing out where he's at, but yeah, man, he was like good to root for. He looked like he was a New Yorker.
Yeah, facts. No,
Like, you
that's-
couldn't tell me if you told me he was from the Heights or he was
Right.
from
Seriously,
Astoria
though.
or something. I
Seriously.
would be like, yo, I got
crazy.
you got it.
Yeah. No, bro. He's one of It's a lot of people have a lot of Knicks fans have good memories with him, and yeah, he was just good. Bro.
Yeah,
He was good. He was
I
good.
enjoyed him. Great, dope fan favorite.
They're very fun to use in 2K for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
one-
Spamming,
yeah.
straight spamming.
Yeah, man.
Taking it to our alpha roots, what is your favorite poem that you learned while a brother of Alpha Phi Alpha?
Ooh. Different times calls for different measures, but I think for me it was The Man Who Thinks He Can.
Okay, classic.
Yeah.
I think that's the first one we learned when we were going through our process.
Yeah. That because it's like it's the mission statement for perseverance. You know what I mean? Like, if you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you like to win but think you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you lose, you lost. For out in the world we find, success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in a state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You got to think high to rise. You got to be sure of yourself before you ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man, but sooner or late, the one that wins,
It's
the man who thinks he can.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was
It's-
amazing.
It hit me in my soul. It hit me in my soul, and I never forget it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's so appropriate. It's timeless. It doesn't matter if we were with the Romans. It doesn't matter if we were with the enslaved.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if we're battling AI, right? It's all on you. You have the tools within. And that's what that poem always meant to me. Especially the fact that, I came through Alpha by myself.
Yeah.
So
wow.
if I needed any more motivation, Man Who Thinks
wow.
He Can would keep me going every day.
Wow. That was amazing. No, I mean, it's like, it's one of those things that, like, maybe I just need to hear it right now. But like, that was.
Yeah, it's one of those that it never leaves me.
Have you been to a probate, like a Greek probate? Okay, so like when we do them, we have like movements and all that. Like it's a show. It's a whole performance, like our coming out thing. And so yeah, it hits even more when we do the synchronized movements and shit. But you being a solo, that's
tough.
God bless you for doing that. That's incredible.
Listen,
man.
I don't question it. There was a reason why,
Yeah.
and I think every day I can see.
Yeah,
Like it was necessary for me in my journey. So
I love that. I love that.
Is there anybody you got starstruck interviewing? I mean, sports wise,
you know what? Going back to like different mentalities, when I first started, I would just lock in because I have to think, yo, it is true. That's the thing. We're the same. You bleed just like I do, right? Like you just more people know you and probably appreciate you for your craft than they know me, right? It doesn't diminish me. It's just a fact. You just have more reach. I use some social terms. You got some more reach than me, right?
Seriously.
The first red carpet I ever did was the Selma red carpet in my life. Like green as goose shit, coming in like, yo, you got this red carpet. So we talking Oprah, Tyler Perry,
Big dogs.
Common was out there, David Oyelowo, who was like bubbling back then before he became like an A-list name. A lot of people that you've seen throughout cinema and TV were getting their start, and mad people were there. And I was just like, wow, I'm about to interview Oprah. All right, I better have a good question. So I'll lock in. The one time I will say, so Armon and I are wrestling fans. Wrestlers are probably the one group of people that in my mind I'm fanning out. Because I've been watching wrestling for years. So these are literally like my superheroes that I'm seeing in person. As I got more acclimated to the world, especially on the media side, it dissipated a bit. But if I'm walking backstage or I see him, I'm just like, yo, that's fucking that's Cody Rhodes. Like I walked by Seth Rollins once and I was like, oh shoot, that's Seth Rollins. And now you're talking to somebody who interviewed Denzel and Viola Davis together for the Fences red carpet. And it was more so like I felt like I was meeting people that I admire, but it was like we were family. That's how I felt. Like not familiar, but yo, what's up? Like, I always wanted to ask you this. I always wanted to ask you that. And I'm going to make sure that I step up to the plate so you're not rolling your eyes like, what the fuck? Because there are times where it's a tough job to ask questions,
Very
right?
much so.
It's even tougher when you get in front of the people and you might get a little flustered. So you got to be on point. And I want to make it so that you remember the interview. Or at least you could walk away like, damn, I'm glad I spoke to this person because everybody else is asking me the same template cookie cutter questions and I'm tired of saying the same answer 50 different ways. So I'm going to try to ask you something that's impactful. So in my mind, I'm like, I think to myself, yo, I'm honored. I'm honored I get this opportunity. I'm so grateful. But let me not fuck this up.
Big facts. Yeah, I'd say Jade. Meeting Jade in Mania weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Jade is just swole, gorgeous,
How
cool.
tall is she?
Like 5'8", 5'9"?
Yeah, we're about the same height. She may be a little taller than me, but yeah, probably her for me. But okay.
She was fun, especially being
She's
Greek.
cool.
She was fun. 'Cause I interviewed her, and afterwards I was like, yo, you know XYZ. And I was like, I heard about your chapter. I know y'all don't fuck with the alphas. Like, she was like, no, come on. Like, to the point where PR was like, all right, yo, next up. You know what I mean? So, but it was funny. Like, once you treat them like people, you get the best type of reaction. That's the best advice I can give anybody. Man. Treat them like people.
What's your least favorite train to take in New York?
Boy.
That's a good question.
Man. Ooh. I'm going to keep it straight to regular MTA.
Okay.
Yo, when I was going to school, I had to take the F. Yo, there were times, whatever is going on in that part of the city with the switches and all of that, it's always something.
Yeah.
It would be delays and all of that. So the F, like it would be the orange line for your transplants, like y'all be calling it by colors. So like FBDM, right? So like that line, it's always something. You got sick passenger.
It's sketchy, bro.
You got
It's
somebody
sketchy,
want
bro.
to off themselves
it's sketchy,
and
bro.
jump on the train, and now we gotta wait. The yellow line, the NQRW, they be wilding sometimes too. But I remember there was a point where that FDBM line, it was like somebody just reached into a box and was like, here's a struggle. I'm gonna just pick out a struggle today and they're gonna deal with it for 24 hours. Pow! Right? So yeah, man. And then on top of that, for extra credit, when it is hot, the LIRR don't fucking work. They charge $85 million. You still don't got Wi-Fi on them damn trains. When the switch is out, good luck. Don't live in like Huntington or in Suffolk County. Y'all got it like that. Y'all better call a cab. Y'all better call that Uber and just eat that 3-figure charge.
Yeah. Got me weak.
Bro.
Because it's so true what you said about the F and the like.
Dog, every time.
It's like the Twilight Zone of like whoa, bro.
Yeah, and if you like me, I lived in a part of Queens that you could take multiple trains to get there. Like you wouldn't be all the way stranded. Yeah. But it's like, damn, I don't want to take the E because it just takes me off of my line. And I gotta do something extra. I gotta hop in a dollar van. It takes me out of my way, but I would never be stranded. And that's the one thing I love about the city is I can get home. There's no such thing as you can't get home. You will find your way home.
Yeah. That's one, moving here 10 years ago, once you realize that, it's like, whoa. Like, I can get home at any, I can get home, bro. So, yeah, it's tight. But there are sketchy stuff, man. I live uptown. I've been living uptown the whole time. And it's just, it gets sketchy. That 4, 5, 6, that 2, 3. When it gets past 96, it's about to go. It's going to go down.
Where'd you come from?
Cincinnati.
Okay. Oh yeah, so this public transit, this was like night and day for you, right? It's a whole new world.
It was definitely a whole new world. Definitely a whole new world. Facts, man. It's funny. If you could live anywhere else, where would you live?
The mixy part of me says LA. The mixy side of me says LA. LA is one of those cities. There's just certain cities that I feel like deep embedded in my DNA, it just harmonizes with. So many New Yorkers I know this there. The first time I went to LA, it's like every West Coast soundtrack was playing in my head. I felt the sun. I said, I get it, man. A little smog, a little earthquake. First day I ever went to LA, there was an earthquake that night. I said, get me out of here, bro. I want off this. I was like Will Smith, the ground move, right? So, but it's just something about that city. Like, I know folks have their issues. It's funny, you talk to LA people in New York and they'll move to the other coast and some of them will move right back because they just can't deal with it. I just think like there's a part of me that really resonates with the culture of LA. It just speaks to me. I like regional uniqueness. Bro. I love it. There is like an epidemic going on where we're losing our accents regionally.
It is crazy.
So
that's actually a crazy combo.
So because of communication and technology, this is the negative of technological advancement. When I wanted to learn about, if I wanted to learn about Cincinnati, I had to go to Cincinnati back in the day, or hear one artist, the artist from Cincinnati that put you on the map, read about it. I had to work to learn your culture and emulate it. Now you go on TikTok, they calling it Gen Z slang. Then you go on Instagram, you go on YouTube, and you can learn whatever, which is beautiful. But we tend to lose our identity. I see it in the frat. Everybody's strolling the same. Everybody doing the same chants. It used to be, I go to Texas. And dudes in Texas, groups, organizations, music, culture was straight Texas, whatever part. And even with the cities. Now, everybody takes what's hot, and now that becomes pop. It's our culture has become pop instead of being regional, and you could have both. So I like that LA, people from LA sounded like they were from LA. I like Atlanta too. Like Atlanta, people sound like you sound like you're from where you're from. You know what I mean? So I think LA would definitely be one. I think I like Atlanta. Atlanta would be another one. Low key DC, the nation capital. That it be getting it rocking too. So those are some a few of my cities.
Top 5 all-time New Yorkers in all fields, all disciplines.
Wow.
That's a man.
We
asked the hard questions here.
5 New Yorkers. Ooh. First, I'm gonna put Spike up there.
Of course.
He just he's so rich. He ain't have to rep the Knicks like that and any other team that he had. He could have been bandwagon. He'd be all that. He stayed 10 toes down in a lot of stuff, and he reps the city. You know, so I definitely put him up there. There's a lot of quintessential New Yorkers.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot. Ooh, that's a
crazy
crazy question.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I'd have Spike up there. I wonder if I'd have to do my research, but Fiorello LaGuardia, the guy that was named after LaGuardia High School, LaGuardia College. I know he did a lot of like amazing things way back in the day for New York. He got half the stuff is named after him over there. I feel like he was impactful enough for me to say for me to say him. I'm just throwing a bone out there. I'm thinking of impactful. I'm thinking of impactful women because it's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be balanced. It's not going to be an accurate representation.
Yeah.
Shoot, I don't want to go all the way commercial. I'm trying to think. There are. It's crazy where you don't know people are from New York until they do it like regionally until they open their mouth. Yeah. But there's just so many people. So I think Spike is one. I'd say LaGuardia is another one. Shoot, you about to just have me picking out the whole Knicks celebrity role type shit, because I'm like, right, that's what I was about to say. We're about to be like, yo,
Mariska Hargitay,
shoot, I was about to say Marissa Tomei.
No,
but yeah, man, I am so sorry. Like you got me, you've got me stumped. Like I don't want to just
That's
go.
A tough one,
I just don't want to go like super commercial. It's like I really gotta like. Fran Dresner is she from New York?
Let's see.
I feel like she is.
I think she is. It's like if you know what, if you allow me to use a lifeline real quick,
ahead, brother.
I just wanna do because I want to be accurate.
I think she is though.
Fran Drescher is.
This is gonna be just straight.
She is originally from New York.
Yeah, it's gonna be just straight Mad Libs with people from New York, right? So hold on, let's see. Okay. Oh, I got one in the tuck. Hold on, I got one in the tuck. I'm scrolling right now. So she's already locked in. Okay. I'm gonna take Fran out. No disrespect, Fran. Fran, you gonna get honorable mention. Oh yeah, her too. Angela Bassett is from New York.
Need that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I forgot also, it's so crazy. Once I start scrolling, Kerry Washington is also from New York. It is so crazy. So I'm gonna have Kerry, Angela, Spike. I might put Rosie Perez. That was a note. So Lathan. See that, yo, and it's crazy because I'm going through it right now, and I'm like, yo, all of y'all are from New York.
That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. Like now that I'm
Isn't
I'm
Mariah
looking
Carey from New York too? Or
Maybe.
she's from like
I don't know.
She might be from like not from New York City, but she might be from New York State.
Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy, so yo. Many. So yeah, I'ma say
she's from Huntington.
See, yeah. So
that's nuts.
So I'ma say Spike, I'ma say Angela, I'ma say Kerry, I'ma say
you keeping Fiorello LaGuardia on there?
Yeah, I'll keep LaGuardia. and you know what? Larry David.
Okay. Oh. I love that.
Larry
That's
David.
Good. That's very
strong list.
David.
I mean, you can't go wrong. It's so many legendary New Yorkers.
My honorable, of course, which I'd probably he's my sixth man, Tracy Morgan.
Yeah.
One of the nicest. In fact, LaGuardia, you be the sixth man for historical purposes. I'm putting Tracy Morgan in there. One of the nicest dudes, down to earth, before and after anything, any history or whatever. Yeah. Or he'll tell you how he got the bag for getting hit the Walmart truck. Always cool. Always respectful. Like I've done work with him. A1. He see you. Even if he don't know your name, he know you. So he's not gonna act like he don't. You know how people see you be like, I'm gonna go this way. He'd be like, yo, what's up? Like once he came out of his way, I was like, oh damn, I'm trying to front like I don't want to make it awkward to make eye contact. I'm gonna hit you later. But he would be like, yo, like he look at me crazy like,
that's crazy.
Why you try to look away from me? I'm like, oh, you know what? Love. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm sorry y'all. That took like mad long, but
it's tough.
But yeah, like that just blew my mind. You just blew my mind to famous New Yorkers.
This one might be easier for you, but top 5 Knicks, starting 5, and then you got a 6-man too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So for me, Walt Clyde Frazier,
of course,
Patrick Ewing, Jalen Brunson, Carmelo Anthony, and who? Latrell Sprewell.
Mm-hmm.
And for my six man, ooh. Who was I that I was like really rocking with? Like, yo, it's so many classic Knicks, man.
got
You know
Stoudemire.
who would be my six man? Bernard King.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Those are like you talk about like for like my guys and like my honorable mentions, of course, John Starks, like the heart soul, Josh Hart.
Yeah.
You know, like they're both like the hearts and souls
crazy.
of the squad. So I definitely would have them honorable. But like I'm thinking, I gotta get Bernard in there because people be forgetting about him.
They do.
Too many people be forgetting about him. So yeah, man. But like we've had the privilege of authentic people repping that Knicks jersey, even when it wasn't cool, and repping to their fullest. So I think it's a privilege to be able to make that list.
Big facts. Big facts. All right. Well, we're going to get more into Jeff J a little later, but a lot of topics to talk about. So let's talk about it. Today we had some big NFL offseason moves. We'll be real quick with these, but Myles Garrett traded to the Los Angeles Rams for Jared Verse, who'll be going to the Cleveland Browns. Is this championship or bust for the Rams?
I mean, I don't know about championship or bust, but they stay making a move that is like, hey, we better be in the Super Bowl. If I'm a Rams fan, I have no complaints about the way their front office moves because every couple of years they go through the playoffs and be like, all right, we was like one step away because they was in the championship game against the Seahawks, right?
Yeah. Very close game.
We need to get to the next level. Let's make a move. They're always about making a move to try to make that next step. I saw somebody on social say, yo, Sean McVay should send Aaron Donald the emoji eyes.
Yes.
Just to see, like, yo, you good? Like, you got one more year in you? What's up?
with you?
Because, boy.
It's crazy. They're really trying to maximize these last few years of Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
They're gonna go for it because they felt like they should have won it last year. And now they made that move
right there, bro.
Making this move. Oh yeah, they're going
Whoever
for it.
won that was the Super Bowl. That was the Super Bowl, real talk.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
So they snapped.
Yeah, the Rams and the Knicks are very much on that fuck them picks shit.
Oh yeah, they've been on that. The Rams started. They're the precursor. So
Facts.
In good New York Giants news, Odell Beckham is coming back home, and they also signed Braxton Berrios and Juju Smith-Schuster. We got some reports that Malik Neighbors' leg injury is looking a little worse. He'll be out for a little longer. You as a Giants fan, how's it feel for Odell to be back and just to pick up those guys to kind of, bide the time until Neighbors is back?
yeah, I mean, it's always good to have a veteran that restores the feeling. You know, he's somebody who can catch the ball, who can run routes, and who can make Jackson Dart's life easier on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Especially with Braxton Berrios and Juju, right? You got guys who know the position.
Yeah.
So you're also creating depth. I don't know how long some of those guys are going to stay around, but then when you think even on a wider scale, Malik Neighbors, he can take more time to rehab his knee.
Yeah.
They got Isaiah Likely, who I think is a really good
He's
pickup,
fantastic.
He's
right?
very good.
You got Scatterboo back. He's fully Wolverined up and healed his ankle, and he's back. They've got a lot of was it Theo Johnson or Theo the other tight end?
Yeah, it was Theo.
Theo, right?
Yeah,
they got him.
He was going crazy last year.
Jalen Hyatt is still there. Like they got guys, and you never go wrong with stacking talent.
Yeah.
And you never know when you're going to need all of that talent. So I like the move. It's no harm, no foul for me. And it's definitely a great vibes move.
Yeah.
If anything.
Never seen
and Odell,
Odell.
I think, still play. He would have been the MVP of that Super Bowl for the Rams if he didn't blow his even blew his ACL.
Absolutely. I know
sure.
he's like early 30s, but I think he's still got something left in the tank.
Yeah.
He's taking some good time off to fully heal, so I think he's
sure.
going to be good. I've never seen him live, so I'm going to try to pop out to
yeah,
MetLife
for
to see
sure.
him, because I know he's going to be great. And A.J. Brown traded from the Eagles to the New England Patriots. We saw a lot of soap opera drama in the Eagles, which was insane to see for a defending championship team, but it was just constant reports, him reading books on the sideline, and now he's in a really good situation. Drake May, who came off an MVP caliber season, the Patriots no longer have Diggs, so A.J. Brown slots right into that wide receiver one slot. They've got a lot of other receivers, so Brown won't have to shoulder too much of the load, but he will be the focal point of what was a very good offense last year. We know the Patriots' schedule is going to get a little tougher since they were so great last year, but do we think they can make another deep playoff run with A.J. Brown now in that offense?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That Super Bowl loss was so, I don't know. The way Drake May played in that Super Bowl to me was jarring. Maybe like obviously the Patriots, the offseason stuff with the coach too has kind of been another thing. So it's like AJ Brown got what he finally wanted, so let's see what happens. Yeah, I feel like he was like this is what you wanted. The grass is green on the other side. Let's see. Yeah. Like let's see. So.
I'm glad they took us out the group chat
for sure.
Yo,
much.
We've been hearing about this for months. I'm like, all right, good. You got it done. AJ, if you are who you say you are, go show out in New England. Is Diggs still a free agent?
He is.
He is, right?
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go.
Spooky hours. Spooky hours, because I know with all his legal stuff that was going on, it's like one of those things where people were probably waiting out the training camps and all of that.
He had a great season. He had another 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
He was very reliable for Drake. Man.
Yeah, he's a solid pickup for whoever needs an extra wide receiver or somebody who you know can guarantee go out there and run those routes and catch the ball and get you at least like 500 yards in the season. So, man, I think that's solid. I think that's a solid move for the Patriots. They definitely needed more people against the against the Seahawks. The crazy thing is, they wouldn't have even made it if Bo Nix didn't break his ankle.
I was about to say.
So they're ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
this is all good. Like I think this is good in their development.
Yeah.
So the Patriots. Devil magic continues to be sparked for another few years. It's what
insane.
it is.
It's insane.
And you got Mahomes, who's not going to be. I mean, we see him working out, but he probably won't be back till like middle of the season. The Colts, who were really good till Danny Dimes went down, like he's not going to be back for a little bit. So the AFC isn't wide open, but they do have an opportunity to go far if they.
You make that move in this AFC. You got to make. that
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And lastly, Will, your guy got leaked. Caleb Williams, Madden cover. How's it feel? That pose, that joint fire.
Hey man, I texted my family group chat, texted my dad. I was like, we finally got one. He's like, is this real? He said, you sure this is not He spelled it out. He spelled out AI. I was
Is it artificial intelligence?
I was like, nah, bro. I think it's real. He said, "This is artificial intelligence." I said, "No, Dad. Like it's real." So no, it's cool. Like my brother's so happy. Everybody, it's cool, bro.
It's well deserved. He was one of the most exciting players last year. Definitely hoping that curse doesn't get him because the Bears look great. I think they're gonna be really good for a long time.
Bro, they was rocking that second half of the season.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna front. It was tough to see him show out, and especially in those big games, those clutch touchdown passes.
Yeah, bro, he's
like
crazy.
he was really looking good, looking like a number one quarterback. So I like seeing that. Those are the storylines I like to see.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the NBA. I couldn't watch the game. I was at Root's Picnic watching Jay-Z. But Game 7 went down. The Spurs defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder. How'd y'all feel about that series overall? I thought it was very physical, which I like to see. I thought we saw a lot of great performances. Devin Vassell was fantastic. SJ was stifled a little bit, but still doing what he could do. Caruso was really good. Wemby, of course, was Wemby. Like, fucking alien. Like, the league is... he's going to be a terror for people for a long time. But it's what we want to see. Like, it was hyped up all year. The Spurs were giving Thunder trouble all year, and I think it really lived up to expectations. How about y'all?
Yeah, I think it was a good series bookend by two classics. Game 1 and Game 7. Because Game 7s are usually like rock fights. It's you in the mud with it. You've seen everything that your opponent can do. You're probably beat down, worn down. But we got an aesthetically pleasing game. And I think it's funny. SGA went out on his shield, and all the flopper talk that brought containment to mainstream media, he was out there hooping like all NBA, all-time great MVP player. He got his 35. He just didn't get any help. It hurts when two of your top 4 scoring options, J-Dub and AJ Mitchell, when they're out.
Who can also create for others, too.
Yes, exactly. So now you're relying on Jared McCain, another Jared McCain 20 ball. And that's really what the difference was. When Jared McCain scored 20 points, they didn't lose in the series. And then you got the Champagne money ball. So when his money ball is cooking, that's magnet is straight. Yo, he is the master of magnetism when that ball is shooting, boy. So you got him. You got a good game from Castle. You got, by Wemby standards, it was an Wemby game, but they just had it in them. And it's one thing that I seen in the Spurs versus the Thunder. It's the same thing that I saw in Detroit versus the Knicks. They hate the Oklahoma City Thunder. And vengeance can carry you so far. And in that Game 7, they were there to make a statement, and they did it. And, yo, you want to talk about players losing money in these playoffs. That boy Chet Holmgren, boy. My man pulled the disappearing act. Like, it looked as if he just didn't want no parts of a Game 7. And that was my one call with OKC. Throughout the course of this series, I'm like, yo, y'all want this? Jared McCain wanted that shit. Alex Caruso wanted that shit. SGA, he's just too cool. Like, he doesn't get hype. But I could feel it. He wanted this shit. Everybody else, Jalen Williams, Jay Will, there were games. He wanted it. Everybody else, it was like, hey, yo, come on, bro. NBA champion, there's nothing, da-da-da-da. It just felt like I didn't see the desperation that I thought I should have saw.
You know what it felt like? It felt like this, like the Spurs snatched their chain.
Yeah.
Like, it's like one of those. It's like a very, like, we're coming for you. Now we're here. We're on your doorstep. We knock on the door. Come outside. You're going to come outside. We're going to whoop your ass. And we're going to keep going.
Because the Spurs that's what happened. Kind of ahead of schedule, too. Like, Wemby's year 3. Harper playing the way he is. Was he a rookie this year?
He's a rookie.
Castle doing what he's doing. Keldon Johnson giving great minutes. Like, they've got a really good unit. I'm terrified for the West. Bro. As a Lakers guy, I'm terrified for dealing with them.
High key stacked, bro. Like,
yeah, they're only gonna get better. Which is why it's like the time is now. Get them boys when they don't know what they doing and they still young and inexperienced and they still got holes in their game. Because once they fortify that, it's gonna be a problem. They may not win it every year, but you're gonna have to pencil them in because we are in the parity era of the NBA. Remember, they said OKC's reign was gonna be tall. It looks like. Well, wise man once said, short like leprechaun, right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen next year. And that's why the future is now, bro. There ain't no happy to be here. There ain't no, savor the moment. Cherish these moments, right? There ain't no cherish these moments. Like, yes, cherish the moment. Appreciate your accomplishment. But tomorrow's not promised. You don't know what's going to happen down the line. This title can change your life.
Oh, God.
And you don't know if you're going to get this opportunity. Y'all looking at like the Knicks. Last year, they were saying that was their best chance. And the East leveled up, even though, some people try to throw propaganda against the East and say that it wasn't as strong as the West. But... though there was different contenders. Who saw the Pistons winning 60 games? Who saw Tatum coming back from his Achilles and playing 16 games?
After Brown had led them to a 2 seed.
Exactly. You didn't see a lot of this stuff. You didn't see the emergence like this exponential leap from the Spurs in the West. There's a lot of stuff that you don't know what's going to happen. You just got to be prepared in the moment. And when you get the opportunity, you have to capitalize.
Yeah, we haven't seen anyone make back-to-back finals since 2018, 2019.
Yeah, it's going to be 8 different champions in 8 years. Never unprecedented in the league.
Yeah. So with that, Knicks Spurs, man, repeat of 1999. Feelings on the series. Who's the X factors? Who are the players of concern? And ultimate prediction for how the series is gonna go. Who wins it all?
Well, I'll tell you first up, man. I feel great. I feel great. Like what I've seen the Knicks do over the course of this time, literally nobody has seen in the 80-year history of the NBA. When people use the word generational, we kind of use it cavalierly, because we're in the internet era, so we got to use the adjectives that are hitting the most. But this is literal textbook definition generational. Nobody's had a bigger point differential. Nobody has had multiple closeout games of 20-plus points. Or 30-plus points. They set the 20 and 30-point record, right? Bro. And this is what I'm saying. Form matters. The way in which you play matters. You could tell me you didn't really play anybody, but the other teams that played weren't doing what I was doing. So that has to mean that I'm levels above, right? And I think that's what you're seeing with the Knicks. It's not so much the who, it's the how, right? Because I can poke holes in the West also. Here's the funny thing. When you get the 1 seed, you know why you want to get the 1 seed? Because you want the easiest path. Because you're going to play the 8th seed. You're going to play the 4th or the 5th seed, right? And then whatever happens on the other side of the bracket, you face. Maybe you face the number 2. Maybe they get knocked out early. That's why you try to get a top 2 seed, because you want as easy of a path to the finals as you can get. That's just the strategy of it all. And when you look at who was playing out west, I mean, the Portland Trailblazers were probably 16 out of 16 when you ask people who were going to win the title,
real shit.
right? The Suns were an 8th seed. The Lakers didn't have Luka, and Austin Reeves had to speak like to the manager after what he was seeing with the refs in the OKC game, right? Minnesota Ant had 2 less working legs than I did. Devo blew his Achilles. Ayu got no calf, and they still pushed it to 6, right? And then OKC and San Antonio plays each other, and J-Dub is hurt. AJ Mitchell is hurt. You play who's in front of you, and you got to be able to take advantage. But I look on the other side of the bracket, and I see a Knicks team that smacked and swept the team that knocked out the 1 seed and the team that knocked out the 2 seed. So I don't know if you're using the transitive property of math or whatever, but if A equals B and B equals C, I guess A got to equal C too, right? So I think this is a phenomenal matchup. This was my favorite matchup because I felt like this is going to be a matchup where we're talking hoops and just hoops. And that's all we're talking. We don't got to talk about the refs unless they make it that way. But we're not anticipating having to legislate stuff on the court or do anything like that. It's just going to be high-level hoops. If you're an NBA Cup fan, you're getting a rematch there. It gotta matter at some point, right? So the Knicks are going to be they're vying to be the first team ever to win the double, which is the cup and the chip in the same year. I think they match up well with each other, man. These are the top 2 defensive teams in the playoffs. The Knicks, of course, have shattered a bunch of offensive records and they've been doing well, but the Spurs have been hanging tough. One of the things that the Knicks like to do, they like to limit their turnovers, turn the other team over, control the defensive glass, and get a bunch of offensive boards. That's the thing that's one of their core tenets of what they do. So you get second chance points, you get fast break points, you get points off of turnovers, and you get offensive boards. Those are like the 4 horsemen of victory for them. So I think that's something that's key because the Knicks and the Spurs both like to get out and run. The Knicks would like to get out and run, but the Sixers and the Cavs was not trying to run. So that kind of inflated a lot of stuff, especially the Cavs. Boy, it was like green light every single time. They were running routes out there. So now you have to limit your turnovers so that them young boys in San Antonio ain't running and scoring all days, and vice versa for the Spurs. Because if they have a big turnover game, the Knicks are going to feast.
Castle that's been a big problem for Castle. He's been turning the ball over a lot.
Exactly. So and this is where inexperience comes into play, and you got an experienced team on the Knicks side that can take full advantage. The other side of that is you got this Wemby problem. It is Men in Black, brother. It is Men in Black means Independence Day, right? On offense and defense. First of all, on offense, he's just getting better with every game, every series. So you need a certain archetype of player to combat him. I think the Knicks have that with OG Anunoby. That's a guy who he's still underrated, even all defensive
very much so.
Still underrated. And then you got Mitchell Robinson, who since Wemby has gotten into the league has guarded him well. Karl Anthony Towns, him along with Brunson have elevated their game defensively, but you don't get that because people don't watch basketball and they revert to their narratives. Oh, they suck on defense, but have you been watching the game? It's schematic, it's team defense, it's playing on a string. So that's where they're going to have to combat them on offense. Now on defense, you gonna have to find a way to get that man out the paint because it's gonna be like playing with your little brothers and sisters, like smacking the ball away and doing all of that. But this team, the Knicks team, is uniquely equipped to combat that because against drop coverage. So that's when the opposing defensive player will let you come to them. Like if you're coming off a pick and roll, they'll leave some space between because they want to protect the rim. So they're giving you some shots, whether it's at the 3-point line or in the mid-range because mid-range is less efficient shot, quote unquote.
Via analytics.
Right, via analytics, right? The Knicks are also the team that shoots the best from the mid-range. So they have a lot of 3-level scorers. They have guys like Brunson who could hit a pull-up 3. So that's another matchup within the matchup. I know people are saying like, yo, I don't know what Brunson is going to do against all them wings, Castle and Harper and whatever. But this happens every series, right?
every fucking series.
Every fucking series when it comes to Brunson. I don't know what they're going to do with I don't know what they're going to do with Dean Wade. They're about to put Dean Wade on him, right?
God.
So here's the funny thing.
Every series.
Hey, Brunson was in hell in Atlanta. Oh boy, those first 4 or 5 games, Brunson was in Alcatraz, bro. Like Dyson Daniels. That's why at one point I was like, yo, Dyson Daniels, you're him.
Yeah,
you're
facts,
him.
though.
We gotta
Facts.
figure something else out.
Facts.
And look, what did they do? They started spamming that same play over and over again. Brunson went off ball, and the rest is history. 51 point. You can't even call that the Dub Club. That's like the VIP champagne room of an ass whooping, right?
Yes.
So I think where the Knicks have gotten, and I call them the Jugger Knicks, the way they've been able to dominate on the offensive side and really on both sides, is they have a counter for every counter.
Right.
If you're going to leave Josh Hart, and that's going to be the defensive scheme, they're going to let Josh Hart go out there and shoot threes.
Yep.
If he's hitting it, via con Dios. Like, that's it. If he's not hitting it, Landry Shamet, Miles McBride, we got you. We got different things. We got the double big. We got the 5-guard lineup. And this is one of the first teams that the Knicks face where they, on average, have the height differential. Like, they have the height advantage, right? And the strength advantage, too. They've killed the Spurs on offensive glass throughout the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. Castle, these guys, they got no fear. And they've been in a bunch of different scenarios. They've been tied at 1-1. They've been down 3-2. Yeah. Wemby hit them with the tiger elbow and got ejected. They've faced adversity. So the inexperience may show, but I wouldn't expect that if I'm the Knicks.
Yeah, you can't
expect
You can't bank on that. No.
And the one thing I like about these two teams, it's a clash of mentality because the Spurs are fearless and the Knicks are desperate. Like, if I told you, if we watched the Cavs-Knicks game 4 and you didn't know nothing about hoops, and I said, okay, one of these teams has to win this game or else they're out the playoffs. I'm not going to tell you who, just watch. After the first half, you would have been like, oh, it's got to be the Knicks. Because they play every game as if it's their last, and if it's the scores 0-0. If they go up 1, we're down 0-1. If they go up 2, we're down 0-2. So that level of desperation, you cannot manufacture. They just have it. The level of aggression that the Spurs have, you can manufacture it when you hate people. But they just young, brash, and they don't care. And you heard Dylan Harper. He was like, yo, we want to get back for the cup too. Like, he was saying that too. So you're going to have them playing with an edge. But similar to Detroit, I pose one question to people who are like, yo, Detroit can go all the way. They can do all of this. Although they had some flaws that, first of all, Cade is doing everything. Right? Yeah. So, and he didn't have a second guy, consistent second guy. Yeah. So my question was, what are you going to do against a team you don't hate? The hate can only carry you so far. Because, Detroit, they was looking for the Knicks. They had the Knicks lined up all season. They were waiting for that playoff moment.
It's kind of crazy. They really were.
Yeah. And you know what? Really That's how you win 60 games. That's how you, we are not going to let this playoff shit happen to us again. And it almost happened against the Magic. Yeah. Right? They had to manufacture it and they had to lock in. The Spurs, we know how they feel about the Thunder. I don't know if the NBA Cup is enough to generate hate, but at the same time, this is going to be an experience versus youth matchup. This is going to be new kids on the block versus established veterans. And finally, what I'll say is the Knicks were constructed to beat the Celtics. And what do you need to beat the Celtics? You need defensive wings who can also score offensively like a Bridges and Anunoby. You need a stretch 5 like Towns to bring their big guys out and to combat that. You need a guy like Brunson. Every team needs a guy like Brunson. You need to have a solid bench because they're going to have a veteran point guard. They're going to have people. And while they're not shooting a billion threes a game, that archetype of team is what they were built to beat. The Spurs have that same type of archetype with the wings, Harper, Castle, Vassell, Wemby, who's just an anomaly. And then guys like De'Aaron Fox, Harrison Barnes, and then their bench coming off. They are uniquely equipped to beat this team. And I think it's going to be a fantastic series. But what I said before, right? The time is now. The time is now. If you're going to do it now. End the drought and bring and lift generational sports trauma off of an entire fan base. And you're good for life. You're immortal.
I mean, the storylines that are shaping up for the NBA, this is the greatest thing that could happen for them.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
The Knicks versus Spurs, like the David and Goliath thing from like Brunson and Wemby, living in the city for the past 10 years, you grow to love sports teams. I like the Yankees. I fuck with the Knicks. I really believe in Jalen Brunson. I think he is he's special, and I think he's going to take his specialness to another level.
For sure.
So, I mean, they can win it. It's not like it's the Spurs are going to run through the Knicks, but yeah.
Yeah, it would be in a normal non-gambling world, it probably would be more of a toss-up or 60-40, and now the odds are kind of shaping that. And I get it. Spurs have home court, and they beat the defending champs.
Yep.
You earn the right to be the favorite.
For sure.
I don't care who you are or what you do.
Yeah,
right?
home court.
But like what you said about Brunson, Brunson should be the endearing story in sports to everybody in the country. Reason why he's not is because of the 7 letters on his chest. New York. There is a whole cottage industry that I've dubbed the Knicks for Clicks industrial complex.
Oh, yeah.
That are built to rage bait and engagement bait this fan base, that were built on media personalities that wanted clout and developed a 5-minute stand-up comedy routine at the expense of the Knicks, who brought it on themselves a lot of times, but more insidiously directed it at New Yorkers. And that's where I draw the line. Because, we're very different. We're very different. There are people in New York who don't like the Knicks, but you can't disrespect the city.
You're not going to do that. It's not going to happen.
And of course, you know that if you say something crazy about the Knicks, that's why it's Knicks for clicks. You say something crazy about the Knicks, people are going to engage. They're going to come at you because New Yorkers ain't going to keep their mouths shut. Yeah. And then you get your likes, you get your views, you get your CPMs, you get your followers, and then it goes on and on and on. But their complex has been crumbling by the day, by the hour, by the minute. It's to the point where people can't even watch the games that they're seeing, and they're going down with the ship of their takes. Like, I've had even the most loyal haters of the Knicks hit me up on the side like, yo, I ain't gonna post this in public. Yo, these boys is hooping. Like, that's all you gotta say. Like, I can be a hater, but I can keep it real too. Yeah. There's a lot of pundits who, because of their history, they're like, yo, something is bound to happen, so I'm not going to put faith in that. Yeah. I'll probably be right if I just keep betting against them. And there's a bunch of guys who have just been picking against them the whole season because it's the cool thing to do. It's the avant-garde thing to do. It's contrarian, right? So, I just love it because I've been waging a war with this complex. I'm like Neo in the Matrix at this point. And now we're in the finals, and all I see is zeros and ones. Green zeros and ones.
You just snapped so crazy,
bro.
Holy shit.
You don't. I need this title like oxygen, bro. Like, you do not understand. Like, you think I'm going off now. There is a rant in my heart that I can't even translate yet. If these boys win, because it just took basketball discourse to a real corny place. For sure. And yes, I understand the game is the game is the game. It's the gimmicks, you know what I'm saying? And I understand that. But boy, would it be, I'm just going to love to see people tap dance and move the goalposts. But you can move the goalposts, but be sure to bring the world title with you when you're moving the goalposts. Right? Just be sure to do that. Bro, you understand. I'm so it's
like a cultural reset of
dog, you don't understand how much the New York economy is going to boom if these guys win the world titles. Everything that says Knicks is getting bought. It's going to be like 20 years from now, there's going to be auctions of stuff. I'm telling you, that's why I said you live forever. You become immortal. With the New York Knicks world title is the last holy grail in North American professional sports. It is.
You're 100% right. Because when the Cubs won, it was like, okay,
that was the one,
and then it's now it's this time.
Yeah,
and if this went, it's now
for those who watch hockey, they would say the Maple Leafs because they're in Toronto, and that's like the next one. But for North American, especially American sports, after this one, I mean, I would say the Cowboys, but you have to like them, to be able to, and even so, that might be it. Because they haven't even gotten to a championship game.
Since 95, right?
They haven't even made it to the championship game, let alone the Super Bowl, right? So this is the one. And whoever ends that drought, that team is going to be immortalized.
Immortal. Yeah.
You could have your own pod, you could have your own show. Nobody can tell you nothing. Yeah. I want it for Jose Alvarado because I know he's gonna go crazy. Absolutely. Like, he's gonna be the guy that's on TV. It's like, and he is New York to the core. Yeah. I want it for guys like that, bro. Shit, you don't understand. That's why I place so much importance, because I've seen this team in the Eastern Conference Finals and I've seen this team in the NBA Finals. Yeah. I'd like a win. I'd like a victory. So we'll see. And I have the most confidence I've ever had in a team. That's fire. And I have in them.
That's fire, man.
Yeah, no, I mean this is the unit. I'm looking for a big series from Bridges, and he's been really good the last couple series. So
He does well against the Spurs too.
yeah, hopefully he maintains that. And I think on the other side, Fox is going to be a big key piece for them.
Yeah, is his ankle healthy?
Yeah.
Too. Like it's big. There's a lot of X factors. Like Josh, are you gonna shoot the ball? You gonna make those shots? You know what I mean? Benches.
Yeah.
The Knicks bench is shooting 41% from
Shaman
3-point
is
range.
nasty.
Shaman,
Right now.
Bro,
McBride.
He's nasty.
Yo,
boy.
this dude, he's like, he walk outside and walk his dog. Yo, Shaman, yo, what's up? And he said, I had taking pictures with everybody, bro, because he was a step out, 1 foot out the league.
I know he was.
1 foot out the league.
And it's
And
good that's what I'm saying. It's good to see.
These
It's
are the
just like,
type of
yeah,
stories, bro. That's what I'm telling you. So yeah, man, I haven't had. This is the best Knicks team of my lifetime.
Of course,
And
easily,
I've
of course.
watched the '90s teams. I watched the 2000 teams. This by leaps and bounds. The 2026 Knicks are the best team in my lifetime. And if anybody can break the drought, it's them.
For sure.
You just got me hyped, bro. I can't lie.
Yeah, that's, cut
You
the promo
dead
of a
ass got
lifetime.
like you said you were seeing numbers like Neo.
Yeah, bro. Zeros and ones, green zeros and
That
ones.
is
like
amazing.
all I say, I don't
That's a
even see
crazy- that's a
cameras.
crazy
I just
movie
see
reference,
zeros
bro.
and ones.
That's a
bro.
crazy
That's
movie
it.
reference.
That's
like,
it.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah, I'm locked in. Let's go.
Speaking of New York, Roots Picnic was this weekend. I was blessed to be in the space.
Yes, sir.
And Jay-Z is making quite a lot of headlines. One, it's great to see Jay-Z perform. I'd only seen him previously on tour with Beyonce, so seeing him do a solo set,
facts.
real cool. He did like a cool mashup of Niggas in Paris and Big Pimpin'. Seeing PSA live was a moment. Where I'm from, just endless records. Like, and he did like 34 songs total. He's got so much more that he ain't even tap into.
It's
but
wild.
Really, really great moment. But obviously, the big headline from it is early in his set, he did an acapella freestyle, and disses were thrown at Tory Lanez' dad, Nicki Minaj, Drake, you name it, Jaguar Wright. Everyone was getting smoke. When you guys were scrolling the timeline and saw those clips, what was your reaction to it? How do you think the freestyle was? And I mean, the big talk is people thinking there's an impending battle with Jay-Z and Drake. So what are your feelings on the possibilities of that?
I mean, bro, I talked to you before. I thought it was a dream. Like I woke up and I seen it on the time. Like, what is people talking about? Like, where's the sports at? And I kept seeing it. I'm like, oh wow, like this really happened. And I just listened to it. Was, I guess it's eventful. I mean, it is eventful. It is eventful because it's almost surreal. I feel like. So if there's a battle impending, I guess. But I think you're gonna see his energy at that show. The shows at Yankee Stadium. I want to see his energy is there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, bro, this ain't nothing new for Jay-Z. First of all, these rappers have been taking shots at each other throughout the years. That's first. Secondly, this is when I get nostalgic about the radio era. This was something we would hear on Hot 97.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
I can still hear, he's 16! He's
Facts,
16!
bro,
But
facts.
when Rockefeller took over Hot 97, I'm like, this is what he does. When he has something to say, he doesn't make statements, he makes freestyles. Right? So that's what he did. And he had a lot to get off his chest. I thought it was funny that he, rap battle is bad, rap beef is bad, but yeah, you gotta still say something.
Yeah.
So that's like the equivalent of you're a parent, right? You're not going out there telling your kid to be out and fight 10 rounds, 3 standing 8 counts, and it's only TKOs from this point forward.
Yeah.
But you gotta defend yourself.
Real shit.
Right? We'll handle everything later, but don't let yourself, don't come home beat up and you let somebody do that to you. Defend yourself and protect yourself at all times. And I think that's the equivalent to what Jay-Z does.
Facts.
When it's very in bounds for him to say something back because people have been getting shots off at him and he been quiet about it for the whole time.
Yeah.
But just because he's quiet doesn't mean he's gonna remain silent.
Right.
That's the ill thing about him. So I thought it was cool, you know what I'm saying? I know there was a disturbance with the Quarter Owls, you know what I'm saying? Like I know the Quarter Owls there was a little bit of a disturbance, but
man.
honestly, at this point, they've been doing it for so long that I don't think it's gonna be an impending battle. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think if you're telling me from my era, I'm just like, okay, it's something to monitor. It's like on the Richter scale, it's like a 2.4. It's the ones that we get out here, and I'm like, yo, why are we having earthquakes, bro? It's like a 2.4, and you like, all right, a little. Like, all right, we'll just wait for them aftershocks. Because if it's bigger than that, then where we going? We gonna have to go to your hood,
Facts,
Cincinnati.
Kingston.
Because I
Kingston.
take the tornadoes, bro. At this
Kingston,
point,
facts.
I take the tornadoes and the
Facts,
storms
bro.
over some shaking floors, right?
yeah,
So yeah, man, I think it's something to monitor. We'll see it. To your point, if this is something he wants to extend during the stadium tours, the Yankee Stadium tour, he might run the freestyle back. He might do a new one. I don't think that's like rehashing. He might want to give people a certain thing. Yeah. He was doing the private concert. He did the private concert for people who bought the vinyls. Oh, yeah, so, I think he makes bespoke performances based on the nights. Yeah. So did he perform Sunday too? No. He only did Saturday, right? Yeah. All right, cool. So he's doing 3 nights in New York. Yeah, you're getting 3 different performances, right? Yeah, so whatever's on his spirit, he's gonna say. But I think it's healthy, man. I think it's good. Like that's what hip hop is supposed to be. Yeah. Like you got something to say, like you say it on me, I'm gonna shoot back. Like this, it's battling. So I think that's healthy for hip hop. I love it.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize like what he was doing, and then when he got to the bars, I was like, that's about Drake. That's about Nicki. Okay, got it. I think the shock value of it is like the big thing for people because he hasn't performed publicly in like several years. Yeah. The last show I remember, and I could be off, was his B-side show in 2019 in New York.
That's the last one I remember. So also,
it's been a minute, and him reaching back to address Tory Lanez' dad because that happened in like 2022 when his dad said Rock Nation will crumble.
Well, you know Jay is on.
Yeah, Jay.
You know he got the burn.
Like, come on, gang.
Yeah, he had a lot on his mind. So like, I get it from that standpoint. I do think that some of the court of owls, as you call it, who are overreacting, it's a little much. Like, well, it's like you said, this is what Jay does. Like when he has a moment, all eyes are on him. He's gonna say something. I'm not necessarily mad at it. I don't think it's gonna lead to an actual battle either. I just don't think Jay-Z's at that point in his life where he would do that. I don't know how wise it would be. Not that I think he'd lose, but it's just like you expose yourself in a very, very different way. It's like Hove is always kind of thrive because, especially late in this part of his career, he's been a little intangible. Like we don't see too much about him, we don't hear too much about him. Like he'll make his move and then he'll stay back, and it's mostly business stuff. Like musically, he hasn't really done anything. A couple verses here and there. So putting yourself out there, especially with the narratives that have been building about him. You got the Epstein files that came out. Jesus. You got him, sitting with Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump and like all these things. Like and of course the Beehive is still mad at him from the Lemonade era. So he'd be exposing himself in a way that like I think strategically he shouldn't do. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I'll tell you this much. He won't battle without a purpose behind it. So if there's an album that's ready to drop, that's when it gets interesting. Right. Because then anything he has to say is going to be on that album because he's not at the point where he's going to do this for free. Extended for free. That freestyle was for the paying public at the Roots Picnic. Right? And he knew where it was going to go after that. But if you want him to continue this, then there's going to have to be some type of machine behind it in terms of the album. Like there's going to have to be a payoff at the end. And I don't think he does it without that. And honestly, I don't think, especially like let's say if we're talking Drake, Jay-Z, I don't see a benefit. I do not see a benefit for Drake, right? I don't see a benefit for Drake at all because, you just dropped 3 albums. Everybody, even your biggest hater is kind of like, I can't wait for the summer, bro. I can't wait for the summer. Listen,
reach me,
it's not
baby.
for me. It's not for me. But I know, like, that's how I feel. I'm like, there's certain like the Habibti is, it's so mellow that I'm like, you've got to be smoking hookah in the low lights to like really enjoy it. Like Made of Honor. I said, that is like a not for me classic where I know what its purpose is. It's for the car and it's for the club and it's for the day party. Like I know it's right. And I think Iceman is more my speed because it's more hip hop. Like he finally made 3 albums for the 3 people that he caters to, like the 3 types of audience, you know? Like Maid of Honor, if you have a Caribbean flag, if you have an African flag, like you definitely gotta swear by it. Habibti is for like the chill. I just like, I don't do too much. I just chill. I go out like a little lounge, you know what I'm saying? And Iceman is for the like lyrical miracles, like, like backpackers and all of that. Like he gave a little bit to everybody. So now you are rebuilding your hip-hop image. And the best way to do it is just to make good music. I mean, once I knew Rick Ross didn't go down because he of the cop stuff, I was like, yo, we're in a different era. Because if that was in the 90s, we would not hear
Bro,
about
he
Rick
been
Ross
cooked,
again.
bro.
He would not hear it. So once he was able to avoid that, I said, anybody can avoid any slander. You just got to make good music.
That's it.
Right? And once Drake got that, you're fine. So there's no reason. Like, yo, you do what you're supposed to do. You make your little line on one song. I'm going to make my line on one song. And then, it's just a Cold War for the rest of the time. It don't need to go all out like
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't. It doesn't.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Especially with how much praise he's had for Jay-Z throughout the years.
Yeah.
It's like at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, you AIing him for your survival, but at the same time, it's like, yo, bro, Jordan got a lot of evidence that you're his GOAT, that he's your GOAT, right? So it's, like I said, this used to be how the disses happened.
Yeah.
They used to be on albums, a little slick. Like, if you talk to people about the message from Nas, and you're like, yo, he was talking about Jay-Z, what? You know what I mean? If you follow my guy Jameer, he might have been talking about Q Bizzle too. He might have been talking about Q Bizzle. I mean, that's many people are saying he might have been talking about Q Bizzle. But when you hear that, and then when you listen with the context, you're like, oh, that's how layered it was.
Yeah.
It took them having to be explicit. Your lifestyle written, or who you supposed to be, playing your position. Like, it had to be that
It had to be,
explicit for people to be like, hold on, are we getting the heavyweight fight?
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, man, I think it's all healthy for hip hop, man. I
Yeah.
think it's all healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think like it's interesting because Iceman was the most direct he'd gone at Jay. Like previously, they had subs back and forth, and some people knew immediately. Some people figured it out over time. Like, oh shit, he was talking about him. Like, so this one it was very clear. The nigga says the jig is up. Yeah, y'all run to Hov for a second opinion. Rock references, all that. So it's. I think it's very clear he perceives Jay-Z to be directly involved in things that may have happened. Obviously, the Super Bowl, he
Right.
picks that
And he's
talent.
warranted to go back at
Yeah.
him.
Okay, so how did it start? Like, why did they start beefing? 'Cause I was just listening to Light Up the other day. And these niggas,
Yeah,
like,
so Watch the Throne, Kanye said it was made because they were
yeah.
fearful of Drake's ascendance. And so those two came together like Voltron to be like, this is still our shit. And then Drake says on I'm On One, I'm feeling like the throne is for the taking, watch me take it. Or on 6 p.m. in New York, he's like, you rapping like the throne should be 3 of y'all. Like he very much so made it clear, I'm gunning for that top spot. I admire y'all. Kanye, you're my favorite artist. Jay-Z, you inspire me in your business and your stature, but I'm going to surpass y'all.
It's a very healthy thing, like that you kind of like said, like it's
that's
healthy.
hip-hop.
That's been hip-hop.
That's a healthy,
And we don't have that nowadays.
Yeah, like that's like I want the top throne.
I was on a podcast the other day, and like we were talking about how these new rappers don't be saying I'm the best rapper alive. They don't be like,
What do they be saying?
yeah,
They be
like
trying to kill each other.
They don't gun for the top spot. It's like I'm making a lot of money. Like I'm doing me, and like it's great for them. But you know, the hip hop we grew up on, like golden era, Lil Wayne claiming he's the best rapper alive, Jay-Z coming out of retirement to be like, I don't know, dog. Like I'm still here. Like
Yeah, it's
stuff like
supposed
that.
to be a competitive sport, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's all. That's what it is. And in sport, hey, y'all be complaining that all these NBA players love each other off the court and whatnot. You want to see fierceness, but they can still compete and still have love for each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, yo, you say you better than me. We gonna figure it out. I'm gonna send something to you. You gonna send something to me.
The human condition is so more complex than what people try to make it out to be, and it's just like, yeah, we can be healthy and compete, and it's like sharpening the sword. You know, like, we're making each other better. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You got
It's
it.
like,
Yo, that's
it's just
all,
competition,
that's all it
just
is,
sports,
bro.
rap, same
that's
thing.
all
Like,
it is.
It does seem like there's a little more vitriol than just
course.
competition between
Of course.
them.
I mean,
Of course.
depending with
Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah.
people,
Yeah, yeah,
no, it's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
on side.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
call
yeah.
50 versus Ja healthy
no.
competition.
Hell no.
No, that was violence. That was capital V violence, right? Like, but that is also, whether people like it or not, that is also hip hop, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You just hope it does not escalate. And unfortunately, after Tupac and Biggie were murdered, that's when everybody had the collective, all right, everybody's wilding.
Yeah.
We gotta chill.
Wow.
And
Let's keep it on
if
wax.
that didn't happen, we probably would have lost way more people.
For sure.
real shit,
Which is
actually,
crazy,
when you
you
actually
know?
talk about, like, yeah, actually, real shit.
So,
Real
and it
shit.
still happens to this day, but it's not, 90% of the time, it's not rappers or rap beef that's doing it. Unfortunately, it's your own hoods or wrong place, wrong time. Like the Pop Smoke shit still breaks my heart.
Yeah, bro.
Like
it kills
there's
me.
a part of me that wishes somebody would have told them like, yo, take that down off of your IG, or like, yo, yo, my nigga, like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, you posted the address. I know you probably don't think, yo, trust me, just better safe than sorry. Let's go get another crib because now you're exposed. Or hire security.
Yep.
And secure the whole house.
I mean, bro, like I work in music and stuff too, and yeah, after that, there's no posting and locations in real time.
Oh no, hell no,
Ever.
hell
like,
no.
You're not doing none of that. Like,
No.
So, yeah,
No.
bro. It's just
See it 3 hours later like a civilized person.
like a real shit. Like, so.
Yeah. So otherwise, great Jay-Z performance. Great to see him live. Saw Brandy too. She was fantastic.
Oh, I saw some clips. She
Yeah,
sounded incredible.
Mike was
Still.
on. Choreography was great. She brought out Monica. It was
Nice.
It was great. It was great.
That's dope.
Only 2 sets I've seen because working media at a festival. I don't know if you've done festival coverage, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a beast. Festivals are beasts.
Yeah, just very
Any of
exhausting.
those type of things, or like Comic Con or any of that, it's like, yo, you gotta pick and choose your battles, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that is our Let's Talk About It. We had more, but honestly, that Knicks promo was just like, it's like we gotta let y'all sit with that. But we had to talk about Jay-Z and Drake. For our lunch break,
Yes, sir.
sports related, what is the coolest experience you all have had attending a live sporting event? Talk about where you sat, who you met, special aspects of the experience, all that. I know you always in MSG.
Yeah.
We've been in many suites together for WWE, so I'm interested in hearing what your answer would be, and yours too, Will, of course.
So that's actually an excellent question. I say one of the most memorable is I was in the building in MSG for Game 2 Knicks Sixers when Dante DiVincenzo hit that game-winning 3, which ended up being the game-winning 3.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I'm in the media section, so I'm not trying to wow out. So he hits it, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" The crowd is going nuts. I'm standing still. The building starts jumping. So like I'm sitting there and I'm like this, and I'm looking at my guys next to me, my MSG guys, and I'm like, yo, I'm not moving. I'm literally like, yo, guys, I'm not moving. I promise you, I'm not jumping. And I've seen them move too.
Yeah.
When Mike Breen says the building starts shaking, that's what he means. Like I experienced it firsthand, and I never experienced anything like that in my life. That was like the singular moment.
Yeah.
In terms of like a cool sports experience, I've been blessed to like do so much, like done all-star games, NBA games, NFL games. I think, you know what was cool? I got to go to Unrivaled.
Oh, wow.
The Unrivaled semifinals
That's cool.
in Barclays. It was different. Like they coming out like it's wrestling. They got the wrestling entrances.
Yeah.
They walking down like they the tribal chief.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy,
That's
bro.
crazy.
And then the hoops was high level hoops. I thought I was at the park. Like they was fucking each other up. Like I ain't gonna hold you. And it's 3-on-3 hoops.
Yeah.
That was a unique experience, and I could see why Unrivaled would be booming with their live attendance and with people wanting to go to the games. Like that happened recently. That was super cool.
No, the WNBA does a good job with like in arena energy and like presentation.
Yeah.
Like all the Liberty games I went to the year that they won the title, it's just rocking, bro. Like the mascot, obviously, like she's goated.
Ellie's 101, bro.
goated.
Go.
Yeah, she is.
Go. But they got a great arena DJ too. Like he's constantly playing the shit. This is when like Ice Spice was popping, so he was playing a bunch of Ice Spice in there. I love WNBA games. Like going to a Liberty game and then a Nets game, night and day.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no,
night
it's
and
very
day.
different. The passion is very different, bro. The passion is very different. And Ellie is like her own performance,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like Ellie is like Ellie may be the best mascot on the planet.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
up
Got
there.
it.
She's
Like
up there.
you can talk to me about Gritty, you know what I'm saying? Phoenix
there.
Gorilla for the old heads. The Phoenix Gorilla
Yeah.
still doing his thing. Rocky in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of who else. Maybe the Magic Dragon, in Orlando.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I still remember Aaron Gordon jumping over him.
Oh, yeah, classic.
and the dunk with that. So like there's a few that's out there, but
Yeah.
like it starts and ends with her, bro.
Yeah. I think
How about you, Will?
my best one, honestly, bro, is that's why I founded the Knicks. I brought my dad to a Knicks game for like 2 years ago. We went to an NBA Cup game against
shit.
I think the Hawks or somebody they played, and just to see my dad, like, a black man from the Midwest, only seen the Knicks on TV. They bring him to MSG, and like him being in MSG, and he loves basketball. It's just see him like, and he's never been there before, and experience that with him was kind of tight. I was just like, yeah, like it felt good to do it, and it felt good for him to just see his eyes light up looking at MSG because the Garden's really special, bro.
Absolutely.
Like it's really special. Like especially to people that don't, I guess, live in New York and like walk past it every day. So
Yeah.
it's special, man.
It's different. And no matter what you're there for, concerts there are different,
It's just different,
wrestling shows there are different, and WWE goes all out every time they're there. Like,
Bro, they have the best popcorn too. I swear to God.
Yo,
I still haven't had the popcorn.
You got-
you always bring it up.
It's
I've never
crack.
had
Nigga,
it.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crack, bro.
I
Like,
can't
I've
lie
never
to
had
you.
it.
It's so good,
the
bro.
popcorn is incredible, though.
Yeah,
like I
bro.
don't know who Big Mama is that's cooking, chefing it up, but bro, yeah, that damn.
I gotta do
you
it.
got me thinking about the popcorn. Now. Like, it's really good. It's really good.
Really good.
I'd say mine was I went to a Jets-Giants game at MetLife. I was invited by YouTube and NFL Sunday Ticket, so they had us up in the suite, one of the real nice suites. Just endless food, dessert cart coming in, alcohol flowing. I was in there lit. I'm not gonna lie. And the creator, the social media content creator, Jordan the Stallion. I don't know if y'all know him.
Yeah.
The guy who throws his glasses.
Yeah.
He was there, so I met him. He's a Giants fan. I was a Jets fan at the time, so I was talking crazy shit to him. And yeah, just met a bunch of really cool YouTube creators, and I felt important. I was at Vibe at the time, and so just being invited there, talk about what I'm doing, like that was real cool. And then they took us out on the field after the game. And there was a marching band performing. So I remember I was mad drunk. I posted this IG story like, "Yo, man, can't wait to tell my parents I'm here in the middle of MetLife Stadium. Like,
shit,
yo, you
though.
can do anything, just work hard."
Real shit.
I love it. I love it.
But
I love it.
Real
yeah,
shit.
it'd be that. And then honestly, like any of our experiences going to like MSG, Netflix having us in the suite for wrestling shows,
Yeah.
like those are just it's just special. Like being there with the homies, watching the shit that we love, like the shit we talk about every day with each other, and just being there together, like as Black media especially, like
that's-
they
that's
really be
special.
looking
Really,
out.
That's
really
special.
dope. Like,
Yeah.
like
That's special.
our Mania 40 weekend in Philly
man.
was
Special.
tight. It was
Yeah.
like super tight. So many events. It's good to see everybody thriving. One of my personal favorite wrestling moments was the weekend of 39. I was able to take me, my wife, and our friends. We went to night one. Was able to buy
And you was
tickets
up close
in there.
too, yeah, I
night two, we were ringside, and that was like one of my dreams. I always wanted to sit ringside at a WWE event,
Yeah.
and I was able to do that. And it was just like I'm just sitting there the whole time, like, yo, this is crazy.
Insane.
This is crazy.
Ringside's
I enjoy
probably
this. I
crazy
had a
for
ball.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's probably crazy.
It's different.
Yeah, we definitely got to bring you out to a
Yeah, I
show.
got, bro. I mean, since we started working together and being friends, you definitely got me more interested in it. Cause I did start to realize the superhero aspect. Like it clicked for me. Like I was like, oh no, these niggas are like superheroes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
For
Then
sure.
it like opened up my whole other side of my brain. Like, okay, like I'm with
Yeah,
it now.
man, it's a great experiential event to go to. You have fun. You always have fun.
Absolutely. Let's move into our interview portion. Jeff J reflects.
Yes,
Again, we're
sir.
very creative.
Yeah.
Kick us off, Will.
Yeah. So how did marriage and fatherhood like kind of change you, or the work or anything?
Yeah, it made me more cognizant of what's really important in life. And once you have a family, there's a partner, children, you have more to live for, more to live up to, and you have an unlimited responsibility.
That's fire.
There's no way, if you are a good partner, if you are a good parent, if you strive to be that, then there is no skirting accountability. You have the greatest responsibility along with the greatest power to be able to affect change with your partner or with your family in general, right? And it's something that I embraced early on because it's what I wanted. Then when you get in there, you like, oh, this is different, right? Like this is real. This isn't a cakewalk. It isn't easy, but it's fulfilling and it's worth it. So that's how I look at it. And I also take positives out of anything. But when I looked at marriage and having a kid, I wondered, like you said, how would it change me? It made me more appreciative of life.
Yeah.
It also makes you more cognizant of the circle of life and the passage of time.
Right.
Because as my daughter was born, as I got married, those are moments of time encased in ember.
Yeah,
so I have now like a digital marker or a chronal marker in where my life has changed.
Yes.
So it's like
That's
at this
crazy.
age I got married, at this age I had a kid. So for as long as my daughter is going on in life, it's like I know how old I was, and I could see with seeing her grow and develop into a beautiful kid and a dope woman. I also see my life literally passing before my eyes because she's getting older. Yeah. It's a beautiful experience. It's also quick as hell. That's the thing. That's why you gotta be grateful. Like, gratitude is something I do not skirt either. Yeah. Because, bro, you know how many people are suffering out there? You know how many people are dealing with real shit? We all dealing with real shit, but there's realer shit, right? Like, with nobody's struggle is bigger than the others because it means something to us and it affects us in our own unique way. But when you objectively look, you're like, bro, have you ever heard the old idiom, or what do you call it? Like the old saying where I once felt sad because I had no shoes until I met a man who had no feet. Mm-hmm. Like that's like old school. That's like old school type parable or whatever the case may be. And that one always stuck with me because it can always be worse if you don't appreciate what you have. You'll appreciate it when it's gone. Facts. And these are the lessons that I've learned throughout life, but they've been fully emphasized as I've become a husband and I've become a father. It's a beautiful responsibility to have. And I reap the benefits because, I have a wonderful wife. I have a beautiful daughter, intelligent. You get smarter by the day. She's like Skynet becoming sentient. She says stuff and does stuff where I'm like, yo, how do you know that already?
Who made you?
Right?
Oh, it was me.
But it challenges me, one, to be able to increase my level of intelligence. Yes. Like I gotta be more on point. So I have to be open to learning new things and discovering things and teaching her the way. Mm-hmm. And even with my marriage, I have to be open to partnership. I have to be open to innovation and experimentation and just being able to appreciate the finer things with my wife and be able to learn. Humility. What? Yeah, you're going to have to humble yourself. And it isn't a blow to your ego as much as it's an evolution of being a mature person. Because to me, I don't know is such an empowering statement because you're saying, I do not know what's going on. I have no knowledge, but I crave it. Mm-hmm. So can you please enlighten me? Where can I learn? I can admit that I don't know what's going on and I'm not aware, but I have the curiosity to be made aware and to learn. There's people who would rather be stupid and loud, right, about it because they don't want to admit that they're wrong. Yeah. And I think these are the type of lessons that you can learn in a partnership too. Like you got to be able to admit when you're wrong. You got to know what hills to die on. You got to learn about cooperation, dedication, and just, once again, I come back to gratitude. These are like lessons that I learned holistically throughout these different experiences.
Because you don't get to practice marriage or fatherhood. And that's something that's made me be a lot more understanding and patient with my parents. Like, even though they had my older brother and like they got to experience things with him, like I'm 4 years younger and I'm just a different guy. So I've had to become a lot more gracious with how they chose to raise me and different things we went through because you don't get to practice it. Obviously you're in a relationship before you get married. I'm not married, so I don't know myself. Right. Like it's things that like, people want to be perfect at. They want to be good at it. And it's a learning process. And it comes with being able to submit to not knowing something. Yeah. And having the lack of pride and ego, specifically in that situation, to accept I don't know this, but I want to learn it and get better at it. So.
Yeah, and it's not easy. Yeah. Like I'm saying it all now, and these are lessons that you have to constantly repeat. But that's part of learning too. It isn't just I learned something new and then I go on to 80 other things that I want to learn. You got to revisit what you learned because when you walk into a river and you leave it, when you step back in, the river ain't the same and you're not the same, right? You've heard that saying before. The river, there's different experiences. That's the whole point. There's different experiences whenever you do something that you may even be familiar with. If you read a book multiple times, you'll have different insights. If I read a book at 20 and then I read it at 30, or if I read it at 10 and then I read it at 20, I'll have a deeper appreciation for life itself, and I'll have more wisdom and experience to where I could fully understand what the author was trying to say, and it'll hit me different than it did when I was younger or even when I was older. You can find new gems in old treasure chests, you know?
Bar. Jeff, you work harder than anyone I know, man. And you've adapted to the various eras of social media in the time I've known you, like, seamlessly, specifically now with posting damn near every day and short form content. What's your advice to content creators who want to operate within this era where there's so many people doing it all, various different, beats that you can have and things you can specialize in, but really just the frequency and consistency?
Right. So there's a couple things I'll say. One, the most important thing you can do is be you. Your uniqueness is a superpower. No one in the history of this planet has been you. There's been nobody like you. There will be nobody like you. There might be people who have similarities to you, but there won't be an Armon. There won't be another Will. There won't be another Jeff, not as we are currently constituted, because we're the totality of our experiences, our heritage, our culture, our what we learn, what we go through, and what our interests. Those unique blends of life experiences are unique to you. And if you can lean into that and find out what really makes you you, then you will be successful. You got to outline what your definition of success is. That's the next step, because you don't want to be disappointed. Yep. But you will thrive if you lean into your own uniqueness. That's first of all. Secondly, consistency is a skill. It's not a talent. Consistency is a skill. And what I mean by that is it's something you have to work on. You have to constantly go through trial and error in order to refine and continue to refine and perfect and work on and improve and iterate over and over and over again. I started doing the Baka breakdown this season. I have not missed one. And that is probably the proudest moment I've had as a content creator, that I've never missed one. I could be out and about. I may post it the next day. I may post it at midnight. I might post it right after the game, but I'm going to put it up. Yeah. And that's been for the whole 82 games, plus the NBA Cup, plus every game of these playoffs. Because at the beginning of the season, I said, I want to do something different with basketball content creation. And I said, I see people putting out clips of quick reactions. Like I do post games sometimes for Knicks Film School, but I want to give my own perspective. And I want to give a quick perspective. So I said, I could do this. I did the first one and I was like, okay, cool. And the minute I posted it, I said, oh shit, I got to do this again. I can't stop. There's no excuses. Yeah. Like, of course, if things happen in your life, then, fuck that. And that's another thing you have to have. You have to have the fuck that gene. Because if real shit is going on, it's okay to pause. Come back to it eventually if it serves you. But you can't let these digital worlds consume your real life. You cannot at all. It'll always be there. This may be a bump in your journey, but it isn't preventing you from traveling. It's just a temporary stop. Like you will keep going. So aside from that, you got to develop the consistency. First, it's an internal desire to want to be great and to want to have that visibility that you need to have. Then it's just a matter of developing a system. Habits are nothing more than systems that are developed that eventually become instinctual, right? James Clear, Atomic Habits is one of the best books I've read on habit forming, how you can break bad habits, how you can build better habits. And it's all about the consistency. You can make things easier. You can remove friction in your life. For example, you want to go to the gym? Make that as easy as possible. Pack a bag, sleep in your clean gym clothes the night before so that when you wake up, all you got to do is pick up that bag and go, right? Like you can set up your workstations so that all you have to do is sit down and turn something on and you're good to go, because now you've eliminated excuses. Yeah. Oh man, I gotta go cross town to go to the gym. Damn, I gotta put these clothes on. Damn, I forgot my lock. Damn, I don't got no gloves. Like once you set up your system to be as beneficial to your process, then it becomes easier. Then after 30 days or so, it becomes habit. And then you're just doing it naturally. And then you can stack the next habit. So it's like also habit stacking, where it's like you combine multiple habits so that you can knock things out quicker. So there are techniques that you can learn to be consistent, but you have to invest in yourself to be able to find them. There's tons of courses, there's tons of books. It doesn't cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to be consistent, but you do have to work at it. Because if you're not working at it, it's not going to happen. That's really what it is. And I know it's annoying. I know it's fucking annoying.
God.
Bro, I totally get it. You be wanting to vibe out, but you got to post this content. Also, there is a quality versus quantity aspect of this. You do not have to flood the market in order to be visible, to be seen, or to be whatever your definition of successful is. You really don't. There was a story, I think Tyler Perry or somebody was telling this story about how they posted something online and it got 5 views. One of those 5 views was Oprah. And they ended up setting up deals for them to get shows on her network and deals going forward. All you need, it's a combination of preparation and opportunity. That's that's the luck equation right there. So you stay prepared, you stay ready, you put in the work, you show up every day, you get better 1% every day. An opportunity will arise. That work will prepare you to take full advantage of that opportunity. And that's how you make your own luck. I can't tell you how, when, or where it's going to happen, but it will happen. You will recognize it, and hopefully you are as prepared as possible to take advantage of it. And if you're not, you'll be prepared for the next one.
Boom.
Really good. I guess, I mean, to piggyback even more off of that, with the Baca stuff, is there an area in content that you want to like try to do new, or that you haven't, like in the content creation world? Is there something that you think you can do or that you haven't done or you want to try?
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm maniacal, bro. I think I can do everything.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm a super creative at heart, where I don't feel as if I am honoring my creative spirit unless I'm trying new things. Now, it goes back to whether or not I have the desire or the appetite to do it, and what is it that I'm actually going to do. I have to be able to be humble enough and secure within myself that I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. You have to have that level of assuredness in yourself that you would rather. I love this saying where they say, I would rather I would rather tell you that I can't do something and look like a fool than try to do something I can't do and actually be a fool, right? Like, that's how I approach things. So when you ask me, is there something that I haven't done yet that I probably am interested in? You know what? I feel like there's a world where I could do the skit game.
I think
I could do the skit game.
I
Like,
think so too.
I have a level, like, as Armon knows, like I used to step, which is a different type of performance. And I've done certain stuff. I think there is a world where there's another universe where I'm probably an actor.
That's
right?
funny.
But
Literally, my next question was,
Seriously.
you've got the chops. Like, have you considered acting?
you know what? I appreciate that craft so much that
Yeah.
unless I was going to be 100% serious about it, I don't want to try it. That don't mean if Spielberg or Spike or somebody coming like, yo, I'm like, yo,
What's up?
Don't listen to what I said on that Stay Busy shit. This is great. But that's also finding my niche and what I want to do.
Yeah.
I try. It's difficult for me because I want to be authentic. I don't want to just wave ride or try to do certain things, right? It's funny, like, for those of you who are watching Euphoria, I don't want to be Cassie right now in this final season of what she's trying to do.
That's funny.
And if you're watching it, if you know, and if you eventually watch, you will know. But in other words, like, I just don't want to. I don't want to be performative.
Yeah.
I want to do something that speaks to myself. But and even with that, I have ideas for what I'm doing next year with Baka Breakdown that would combine the performance art aspect of it along with the information. That's also like I see my guy Doug Lust that does the Knickerbocker recaps, his parody song recaps, right?
yeah.
That's incredible. That's a super late. So I'm like, yo, what could I do that's like that, but is it music, right? Like the other day, after the Knicks swept the Cavs, I broke into like a blues song, right? I don't know where the fuck that came with. I swear, I think the ancestors was whispering to me like, yo, get this shit off. But it felt natural. Like I loved it. It was funny. It felt natural. So I do think that type of world, like sketch comedies, like skits, acting, I think that's another frontier. I ain't good enough to sing. I might carry a tune, but I would need a whole backpack to carry a lot more. I would need like 10 backpacks to carry the type of tunes I would want to sing. But I do think that's probably the next frontier for me. And that probably would stoke my creative flames even more than the stuff that I do. Because I love analyzing sports. I love talking about sports. But there's a level of creation where I want to make something that can be left up to artistic interpretation.
Right.
And you get that type of feedback where how did this resonate with you? How does this resonate with your soul? Do you like it? You dislike it? If you dislike it, why? If you like it, why? I think that's the bravest thing that a creative can do is put their work out for public consumption. Because once it leaves you, it's no longer yours and it can be left up to whatever interpretation. And you know, if it's incredible, your reward for that incredible work is more work. Now you got to live up to expectations or try to live up to your own creative expectations. So yeah, man, I definitely think that's probably the next frontier for me.
You talked a little before about caring about what people think and like having security within yourself. And it's something that early in my journalism creator career, I was so consumed by what people thought of me, man. Like, oh, am I posting too much? Am I promoting myself too much? Am I annoying? And like, I had former friends tell me that. I had exes tell me that you care so much about what social media thinks. Like, is that something you still struggle with today? And like, if not, do you remember the specific moment where you're like, fuck what everybody else thinks? Like, I got to put this work out. If I don't promote it, it's not going to get promoted. Like, this is the path I'm on. This is what I need to do. I can't let these opinions be noise in my ear that stops me from doing what I got to do.
No, 100%. So first off, if anybody tells you they don't care what people think, they're lying. You're lying to yourself or you're lying to me. But either way, you're not being 100% truthful. Your level of care could be lower than the average person. But everybody cares, especially if you're a creative, if you're putting your work out for public consumption. You have to care to an extent because the opinions of others are what pays your bills. Right? If you're a shitty writer and people have a consensus that you're shitty, guess what, bro? You're going to have to get another career. You're going to have to do something else. So the balance is, are you writing for you or are you writing for them? And when people start writing for the audience, that's where the craft can get a little muddy. That's where the actual end product, whatever it may be, your work of art, it starts to no longer belong to your own lens. It becomes a derivative of others. That's where you have to balance it as a creator. This is maddening. I wouldn't wish creativity on people, and at the same time, you need to be creative because if we lose creativity, we become automatons in this world. So creativity is love. Creativity is struggle. Creativity is progress. Creativity is life, bro. It is the heartbeat of life. So you have to think about all these things. So I will say, I struggled with that, especially when I first started getting into this, because I'm like, damn, I want people to like what I do. I want to do this. I want to find something that I would do whether or not anybody watched or read or listened, because that's a cliche where like, yo, I would do this for free. I would do this pod if it was just us three that was gonna watch this show afterwards. I would do it. That's a level of love that, you know, if you are real creative, like I don't say real, but like if you really about this creative life, you just creating for the sake of creation's sake, right? Like you just creating for creation's sake. So you don't care. You are not moved by whether or not it gets 1,000 downloads or 1,000,000 views. You just want to make something cool that people would like and that you like yourself.
Yeah.
I think if it starts with you, then other people will appreciate it because once again, you're tapping into your uniqueness. I don't know if I had a light bulb moment when I said, you know, whatever people say, I'm going to do me. But what I will say is I had that moment at work in my old career. And I call it my fuck it moment because this was the moment where it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was tired and I said, you know what? I'm going to hop 2 feet into this media game. I'm going to try to get out. And what happened was I was working in a culture of performance reviews. And it was you know, it's consulting, performance reviews. We get reviewed every quarter. So I had been on this gig where I spoke to the manager every week. Yo, how am I doing? Blah, blah. We have weekly meetings. And in the meeting, he would say, yo, you doing great, man. Like, I don't got no complaints. Or he would tell me, like, yo, I need you to work on this. I need you to work on that. I'm like, all right. And I work on it. Like, how is this? All right, we good. We good to go. Like, I appreciate you applying the feedback. I'm going to give y'all big corporate talk right now. Big corporate talk, right? So I appreciate you applying the feedback and whatnot. We get to my performance review and the VP of the company had to be my performance manager, which is the person that helps steward your career. They handle the review scores and give you your score for the quarter and the year. He had to be there because somebody else, my previous manager, left. So he's in the room and the guy sits down and we're doing the performance review out in the open. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm ready to get all this praise. I'm like, yo, I got my legs crossed. I'm like, talk to me nice. This man talked to me the opposite of nice, bruh. Yo, I never forget this quote he said to me. He said, if I didn't know your resume and knew that you worked here for 2 or 3 years, I would think you wasn't qualified for the job. Bro, it took every ancestor I've ever had in my life to keep me in that chair. Because it's one thing if you tell me that. You saying that in front of a VP, you trying to get me Jazzy Jeffed out of the building, right?
That's nasty work.
So, you know, I combated everything that he was saying because I was like, yo, what about this? Because I had receipts. If it's one thing I tell you, any young professional in any field, you gotta have your receipts. You gotta document stuff, especially when you're writing a performance review. Think about it like a deposition, and you are your own defense attorney. Like, you got to have all the receipts because people will try to play in your face. So I had all the receipts about all the times that he talked to me. I said, yo, you never brought this up. He didn't have a comeback. He didn't have all of that. So afterwards, my VP was like, yo, let me have a conversation with them, set me off. He's like, do you have anything else to say? And I was like, no. I said, yo, I stand by my years of work. I think you ask anybody in here, they would want to work for me. If I left this company right now, I could get 6-figure jobs wherever. Y'all know that. So I don't know what you trying to do. I don't know what's going on, but this ain't it. So the VP comes to talk to me later and he's like, yo, I've never been a part of any of that in my life. I apologize. I apologize on behalf of the company. I apologize because that was crazy. I already reprimanded them. Unfortunately, because he couldn't be around like that because he's a fucking VP. So he had other stuff to do. He said, yeah, I wasn't around the project enough to be able to refute what he was saying. So the grade that he gives you, your score, is gotta be your score. But just know we're working on it to blah, 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 blah. I said, all right. I left that meeting. I started calling headhunters at my desk. Yo, get me the fuck out of here. I'm done, right? And then I thought about it. I started going on these job interviews. And I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I know what I want to do. With every Selma red carpet, with every press junket, with every event. When I started podding, then I started doing on-camera work. When I was able to pick up, I was able to audition for a talking head segment on a show. They wanted to make me the man on the street segment. I had no experience. That show ended up getting picked up for 2 seasons. I unfortunately didn't get a chance to work on it, but I knew my worth. I saw the proof of concept. And for the first time, I felt like I knew my purpose, my professional purpose on this earth. And I was going to go after it because the last thing I was going to do is let a company define my life and have any type of impact on my professional path, because they'll get rid of you in a heartbeat, regardless of your dreams. Yeah, you know how many stories I have of people who rejected offers from other companies because they got sold a dream, and then 6 months later you get laid off. Bro, it's nasty out there. So once I did that, I restructured my resume. I continued to grind on my independent media game, and got a lot of help, got a lot of advice from different people. And then eventually, shout out to my guy Jermaine, also a brother, Alpha brother, and he hit me like, "Yo, we're starting this group at Bleach Report called Social Moments. It's gonna be we're expanding our social team. We're looking for people for all backgrounds. Yo, you send me your resume, I can get you an interview, but you're not working under me, so it's not like I could just boom. Yeah. But I can get you an interview." And I said, "Oh, that's all I need. Yeah. I get in the building, I'm not leaving." Yeah. And I've been there for 10 years since. And that professional experience that I've gained has only exponentially taken my media career. Like I've gone to heights I never could believe. So when you've gone through all of that professionally, why would I care what other people think? You got a fucking anime avi and 20 followers. Why would I care what you think? Yeah. Why don't you show your face like the rest of us and put something on the line? Right? Like, what are we talking about? And it's hard to get over that. Yeah. Because, you're sensitive about your work. Rejection is tough. When people tell you they don't like something about what you do, you can take it personally because it's your art. Yeah. But you won't get better without criticism. And the biggest thing y'all can do is find a way to discern what real criticism is from hate. Once you figure out the real criticism and you'll get to refine your eye for it, then you're like, okay, I need to improve there. And that's fine because like hip hop, like sports, like all different types of art, like music, like music, art, all different types of art forms. We love it and we want it to improve. So we have to critique so that we can get better art. A better art from you and better art from those who come after. So that's what we got to do. So yeah, man, while I still probably struggle with it every now and again for this day, I just think what's the worst that could happen? Yeah. Like at the end of the day, you put something out, it flops, okay, on to the next one. What's the worst that could happen? This ain't life or death. The worst that could happen. And if you keep that mentality, what's the worst that can happen? It'll carry you a long way.
Awesome.
For good things. For I'm talking about straight art. Like, what's the worst that can happen? No, you gotta put the caveats nowadays, man, because people are crazy. But like when it comes to art and sharing your art with the world, think about what's the worst that can happen, and that will give you the confidence to be able to post and do whatever you can.
Yeah. You talked about gratitude earlier. What are 3 things you're grateful for?
Life, because that shit is not fucking. It's not promised. This is a privilege to live. Yeah, we're not owed anything, right? Like it isn't deserved. It isn't earned. It's a privilege. We don't know when our clock is gonna reach 0. So every day I wake up and I see that sun in the air, I am grateful. I am so grateful for my family. My wife, my kid, my mom, my sisters, my extended family, my friends that I consider family. Like that is paramount to me. And I always try to strive to be a better person for all those people in my family because I know there are people who struggle with connecting with folks and making their own friends. Or maybe you in a city where your parents and your family aren't and you're kind of alone. Or maybe your family is no longer here, right? So like people deal with grief with different levels of grief when it comes to that. So I have to be appreciative of what I have, because especially with my immediate family, my family at home, right? Like I'm so blessed to have them as who they are and what they add to my life. Because it could go a whole other way, right? It could be wild, crazy, but they make me a better man every day. So the gratitude is unlimited. It's infinite. And the third thing I'm grateful for, so my life, my family and friends. Yo, I'm grateful that I found my purpose. There's people who wake up, they're born and they know it. There's people who might take 30, 40, 50 years and they find it. There's some people, unfortunately, who never find it. Yeah. If I didn't have the desire to do something outside of my 9 to 5 because I didn't like my job and I felt like my creative urges needed to be satisfied because I just had I just had the intense burning desire to share my creativity with the world, just to write. I was in the blog era. I was just writing and blogging. And then I got into social media, early days of social media 1.0 and managing that. And then just discussing topics that I liked and adding to the culture. Like every level of digital media creation, I was at the forefront of, right? And at the ground floor. And it just helped to make me a better creative. And it started to uncover seeds, because the seeds were always there.
Yeah.
I just didn't recognize it because entertainer as a job. Let me go home and tell my mom that and see what happened to me. I might not be sitting here today, right?
Yeah.
But when I stepped, that was performance art. And I used to love creating different formations and step routines and skits that we would do in the shows, arranging the music, knowing how to interact with the crowd,
Man, I miss
intros, outros, all those type of things. Like I used to love it, and I didn't even realize. But I was like, "Yo, this is my hobby." That's the other thing. You gotta have hobbies that are not money making.
Yeah.
Like those are super fulfilling and enriching, right? But for me, I was like, "Oh, this is my hobby." You know, I'm trying to be in like technology and all of that. And then as I kept going throughout the years, I just kept getting signs. The universe was loud as hell. And then once I got on air opportunities, it was deafening. It was undeniable, something that I could no longer ignore. So once I found that and I was able to transition to my media career full time, I just sit back every day and I'm just like, man, what if I was staring into the depths of Excel and thinking to myself, yo, is this just going to be my life? Am I just going to have to work a job I fucking hate just to provide for my family? And I was able, with a lot of guidance, with a lot of help and assistance, I was able to get out of it. And I was able to find my purpose. So I wake up every day thankful for my health, thankful for my family, and thankful for my purpose in life. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love that. Anytime we talk, whether it's in the Discord or you and I individually, you always got some real wise stuff to say that just puts me at ease. What is a quote that you live by?
So I found stoicism during the pandemic. It was like a real soul-searching time for me. I feel like everybody at some point. I mean, I didn't even have this long-ass hair until the pandemic. I just grew it and I became fucking Lenny Kravitz overnight and shit, right? So I just wanted to find out, like, more about me and, like, look into the depths. You know, it was, like, a lot of depression going on with me and all of that. It was a tough, like, that first few months of the pandemic was like, tough for me. So stoicism was one of the outlets that I found. And Marcus Aurelius, he has this quote where he says, "You could be great today, but instead you chose tomorrow." And it's a reminder to be great every day, to choose greatness. You know, there's going to be times when you're feeling the lower side that you got to give yourself the grace, right? You might not be able to perform at your best or to give the best work product or to show up the best. But I think the willingness to try makes you a great person every day. It elevates you. It makes you a better person. It makes you a more resilient person. It makes you a more mindful person. So that's one quote. That's one quote from Marcus Aurelius that stuck with me throughout the whole plethora of quotes that he has. The other is from MLK, where he said, the ultimate measure of man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. Yeah. That one, and I use that one in the Man Who Thinks He Can poem. Those are like the fusion dance for my will to, like, keep going. Yeah. Because I realize when things are cool, you could be the man. When the chips are down and shit is shaky, that's when people fall to the level of their trading instead of rise to their expectations, like my guy Sean with the W say, right? Like that's what it is. And I want to make sure that my level of training is so high that it will meet my expectations for how I want to perform. So I think those two quotes are quotes that forever resonate with me.
I love that. I think that's a great ending point. Thank you for the insight, the wisdom, man. If y'all hear this and y'all not inspired, Play it again.
I was about to tell him to write a book. I don't know why you talking about media like shit. You might as well write a book, my boy.
You just added more work. You just added more work for me, but that's okay. I receive it.
Play the video and the audio so we make more money too. If you're gonna play it again, play the video and the audio. But Jeff, man, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Being
Thanks
a
for having
friend,
me. This was awesome.
a brother,
amazing.
for the wisdom, for the advice, for everything you've brought into my life these last. I've known you like 5 years now.
Think so?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Insane. Anything to promote while you're here?
Yeah, if you like, if you're a Knicks fan and you're watching this, tap into Knicks Film School. We have a whole bunch of fantastic content over there for you. That's one of my homes right there. I do the after school show with my guy Sean with a W. We do post games. We're doing them for the entire playoffs. Of course, we ain't gone this long into the season in a while. So we definitely doing that. If you like X's and O's breakdown, if you like normal commentary, if you like more insight, we got that. And we have Patreon as well for the real basketball junkies. We got a lot of great people doing amazing stuff on the Knicks content side, and we're happy to be one of them. So definitely tap in with that. And also me, man, you can find me, JeffJSays, all social media. To your point, Will, I'm about to get back into my motivational bag. Like I used to just drop like
You're good, bro.
I used to drop back in the day, and my wife was telling me like, you should do that, you should do that. But like I used to just drop like my thoughts, the thoughts. And to your point, there was times where I'm like, yo, do people really want to hear this shit? But then I realized the message is for somebody. Even if it reaches one person, you've done your job. And you've made the world a better place. So don't hoard your knowledge. Share it with the world. So I think I want to do that. And I do want to get more creative. So if you like talking about pop culture and sports, I got that covered on all my social channels as well. It's always commentary wherever you find me. So, and I'm appreciative and grateful for these brothers for letting me on the show.
Of course, man.
Very
Thank you
good.
for coming through.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's Jeff. He's the man with the plan, the man with so many great things to say. So listeners, hope you enjoyed this. This will be our last episode before we go into our summer schedule. I'm gonna give Will some time off. He's been working hard since November. Thank you for riding with us, brother. So we'll be with y'all once, twice a month throughout the summer, and then September we back on y'all asses every week. But I hope y'all enjoy the summer. And yeah, so subscribe, follow Stay Busy Pod on all social media platforms. Subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/StayBusyPod. Follow my guy, JeffJSays. Follow my guy, Will, WXLLXXM on all social media. Of course, follow me at Armon Sadler. But most importantly, make sure that you stay safe, stay healthy, stay busy.